Hola amigos, it's Oscar, and today we're talking about the electrical system. So here we have the electrical panel. If it's an older system, it will have fuses. If it's a newer system, it'll have breakers, and I'll show you how the breakers look. So the first thing you want to make sure is that there's enough space to access the panel, that there's nothing in front of it that will block it, and because you want to make sure that you're able to open the door to access the breakers or the fuses and the whole panel. Now as you walk up, some of the things you want to make sure is that nothing's damaged, that none of the wires look damaged or overheated, that they're properly secured. In this case, the wires go behind the board. Other times you'll see them running up the board, and you want to make sure that they're properly secured and they're not just loose and dangling on both sides. Another thing you want to look for is that there's no openings to the panel on the sides. These things get knocked out whenever a new wire needs to be fed through, and whenever a new wire or cable gets put in, it needs to have these things right here. If you see a cable running into the box that doesn't have this, that can be dangerous, because this thing has sharp edges and the wire can rub and it can cut through the insulation and expose the wire and be dangerous to touch the box. So you just want to make sure that they all have that insulation and protective on both sides. Same thing on the other side. I don't recommend ever touching any of the cables, because you never know if they're properly. But if you're walking around it, or if you do want to open the box, one of the best way is to check it with your palm facing you, because God forbid anything happens and there is electricity running through the box, and if you get shocked, your muscles will contract, cause you to close your fist. But if you're facing this way, you're able to pull away, as opposed to grabbing a cable like this, and then you're going to clamp down on the cable and not be able to pull away. So now we can open the box, and these are all your breakers. Same thing here. You want to make sure that everything is sealed. Whatever's not being used needs to be covered. And then you're just making sure that all the breakers are fine, that nothing's been tripped or is in the off position. And also everything has to be labeled, properly labeled. You can check all the ratings, all the information, safety information is on here. During a regular home inspection, I would take out all the screws and remove this whole panel in order to see all the cables that are going in to each breaker, and make sure that they're properly connected, that everything looks the way it's supposed to, that there's no signs of any overheating, and yeah, there's many things that we look for in there during a full inspection. Another way, something else that you can purchase to check the electrical system is one of these. And this is to check, you can plug into any outlet, and as you can see, it tells you exactly, so it has 3 lights, 2 green and a red in the middle. And here it tells you exactly what each condition means. So you can just plug it in to any outlet, and that's what you want to see, 2 green lights. This is very inexpensive, and you can get it just about anywhere, even Amazon. This button is to check the breakers. So like in your washrooms in your kitchen, you should have outlets that have breakers built into it, and you can check those outlets by checking. Has a test button right on the outlet that you can press, and you'll hear the breaker trip, and it'll cut power, so you won't see anything. Even though this is plugged in, you won't see anything powering up. And then it has a reset. Or you can also press this button and it'll do the same thing. It'll mimic a malfunction. Let's say you plug in a light or something that's defective. This will kind of duplicate that scenario, and it'll trip the breaker and just make sure that everything is working properly. But yeah, there's a lot going on with the electrical system, but you need to know what you're doing in order to get in there. But this is just something that is meant for every homeowner to be able to access and look at. So that's as far as I want to go into this video, just to keep everybody safe and not go too in depth. Thank you for watching. This is Oscar, Trusted Realty Inspections.